Ellie, and welcome back to another show of Roberto Lozano Lopez and sus invitados. We have another segment about the history of Tejano music, and we're here at Freddie Records, and I'm going to take you inside. We're going to meet the founder of Freddie Records and their staff. We're going to see how the music is created and how they get that music out to you. Come and join us. We're going to go in, see the place, and we'll be right back after this message. Hello, I'm in the graphic room right now. I'm with Mark Martinez. He is going to be our tour guide today at the Freddie Studios, and I'm going to let him tell us what he does for this organization.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Mark Martinez. I'm the National Director of Promotions and Vice President for Freddie Records. Ya tengo 12 años haciendo este clase de trabajo para la compañía de Freddie, para nuestra compañía de la familia, pues familia Martinez. Mi papá, Freddie Martinez Sr., mi hermano, Freddie Martinez Jr., my middle brother, John Martinez, my mom, Joanne, and una vez más, para su servidor, Mark Martinez. We're once again in the graphic design room, MT Graphics, where se hace todas las portadas de los discos, like the designing for the albums, where we design, and put all the information, the typing of the songs and the lettering and all that is done here. So all that beautiful stuff que ven in Walmart and House of Music and the Freddie Records online store, se hace aquí, todo aquí in-house, y pues es un trabajo que pues toma mucho trabajo, ¿verdad? Porque tienes que tener mucho cuidado, ¿me entiendes? Con deletreando las palabras, pero it's all good. It's a lot of fun and we enjoy it. And what can I say? I'm glad that we're doing this here and talking about how all the stuff gets going y cómo comienza todos los proyectos y todos los discos aquí en Freddie Records, cómo se comienza, pues todo comienza en el estudio, pero cómo sigue el concepto de un disco, de un álbum.
So we're going to be taking a tour, and we're going to be looking at this beautiful building and getting to see each room, and maybe we have to pop in and see some of the artists creating their music.
Quiero saber si tus besos no más son míos. Quiero saber.
We're here with a legend, the CEO of Freddie Records, Freddie Martinez Sr., and we're going to talk about Freddie Records and the history of Freddie Records and what his projects are now and some of the events that he has coming up. So,
well, thank you for having me on your show. It's a pleasure being here, and hope we can we'll do a good show and let the people know what we're doing and what we've done in the past.
Well, I know that you started in the garage of your home with your wife Joanne and your father's help. Can you tell us how you evolved from there to this beautiful location that you're at right now?
Well, first of all, I did that. I started Freddie Records back in 1969, and the reason for that was because I had already recorded under just a bunch of other record labels. Mm-hmm. And back then there used to be maybe 30, 40 record labels in Texas, Tejano labels. And I recorded for most of them, and I couldn't get anything going. So when I ran out of companies to record with, I decided that we'd just put up a little money, my wife and I, and start just for promotion only. I didn't intend to have a record company. It was just to promote my name and keep on working as a band leader. And the way it works, after being working for 12 years, not doing nothing, struggling actually. And then when I started Freddie Records, within 6 months, the phone wouldn't stop ringing off the wall. I got just a bunch of hits, one after the other. Mm-hmm. First one being Necesito tu amor, Den botoncito de cariño, Muñequita de canela, Un par de ojitos, on and on and on and on. And then, of course, the fourth LP that we put out was Te traigo estas flores, which was the one that just opened every door there was.
And so you saw your phone was ringing off the hook, and you got people like Ramon Ayala.
Right.
Running
When actually the first year when I started like you said before, at the house, at the garage, and my wife would take the orders and I would fill them out, and one of the guys in the band would help me take them to the bus station or to the post office, and that was during the week. Weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even Mondays, I was working on the road. So it was just me and my wife, and then my dad came to help me out to run the company. And a few months after that, we bought the studio where I was recording at, which was the Studio B back then. It was this beautiful studio. And we bought the studio, and so then it was my wife, my dad, and the engineer that I had was a good friend of mine. He passed away already. It was Jim West. Everybody knew him. And my brother came in from Houston to help me run the company. My three sons were all very small. Well, Mark wasn't even born yet, but Freddie Jr. and John were very small. And when we moved to the new location where the studio was, then about a couple of years after that, I was the only artist for about 2 years, and then I was able to get Ramon Ayala, Tony La Rosa, Agustin Ramirez, Sonny Osuna, Lil Joe, and just a bunch of other guys.
So everything exploded after that.
Yes.
And I see that in your studio here, a lot of the people that you brought into the business are now working in this location with you. You brought a lot of friends with you. I saw in a bio that I read that most of the people you work with have become family. And I read your mission statement. Can you tell us a little bit about your mission statement?
Well, yeah. Well, Carlos Cardenas, who was my guitar player, he's been with me for 46 years. Even since before I had my hit songs. And Ricky Longoria is the one that used to take the records to the bus station and everywhere else. He's also been with me also for over 40 years. And Greg Garcia, who just passed away a couple of years ago, was with me for 38 years. The warehouse guy, Henry, has been with us for over 40 years. And my older sons have been here for way over 20 years. And Mark has been here for close to 15 years now, working in the company. And Joe Reveles, who is recognized as one of the dudes out of San Antonio, he's been with the company now here for 12 years. And he and I, along with one of the engineers, the engineer that we're working with now is Mariano, and a lot of experience, good musicians. I'm surrounded by very good musicians here. So we can produce just about any kind of music, whether it's gospel or Tejano or Norteño or whatever. We can produce it here with the musicians that we have. So Joe's been with me for 12 years already, and this is what we do each and every day except Fridays. I don't come in on Fridays, but Monday through Thursday we work late hours.
So I would like to know, you've grown from such a small, your garage to this big building. What were your struggles? Let people know that you never gave up. You made it to something big. You are Freddie Martinez. You're a legend. You know, you're well known by everybody. But what brought you here? How did you get here? And what struggles did you have to get here? To get here?
Well, the struggles that you're talking about were before Freddie Records. You know, I had the band for 12 years. And every other week I used to change musicians because I didn't have any jobs, so they would leave the band and have to get somebody else and record for another company. And then nothing happened there, and then I went on to another company. And at the time I was a DJ at a KCCT radio station here in Corpus. So because I was a DJ, I was able to get a lot of companies to put out a single on me because I was on the radio. They thought that I might do something or maybe help them with other artists, but still nothing happened. So I was forced to start Freddie Records. And, you know, that's the way God works. I didn't do nothing until Freddie Records happened. And from then on, it's like I said, one hit after the other. And Te Traigo Estas Flores, it's well known that is the biggest hit ever in the Tejano market. That song sold, I would say, a couple of million records, you know, and for the Tejano market, that is a bunch, you know. And we traveled all over the United States and Mexico. any big city that you can think of, we were there, including the Madison Square Garden in New York. So the company just kept on growing and growing and growing, and we were able to get good singers, good artists, such as Sonny and the Sunliners and Agustin Ramirez and Joe Bravo, Lil Joe, and just a bunch of others. And right now we've got Jimmy Gonzalez with Grupo Más, Jesse Turner with Signo, Sólido, Ellie La Reina, and they're doing very, very well. And along all this time, we've been at it for 44 years with the company.
Yes.
And during these 44 years, we've had just about anybody that you can think of in the Tejano.
They started here.
That we have recorded here. And Tony La Rosa, who I respected a lot, he's regional group. He in my book, he and Rubén Aranjo were about the biggest in that genre of music, and Rubén Bella, and then we had Cornelio Reina, who is just a big composer, along with when he was with Los Relámpagos, Ramón Ayala and Los Relámpagos. When they split up, he went his own way, and he recorded with us also as Cornelio Reina, and then Ramón Ayala started Los Bravos del Norte, and he has.
He's won some awards.
He has like about 85 different CDs recorded here with us. So because of all those guys recording with us, and the people that have been here as engineers, as helping me to produce, and my sons, of course.
Yeah, I'd like to know a little bit about your sons and how they run the company with you.
Okay, my oldest son, who's been here the longest, he's the oldest. He's in charge of some of the groups, like he handles in some way Jimmy Gonzalez and Jesse Turner and Elida and Solido, and a lot of other groups from the past. John is my second son. He's kind of in charge of the employees and the publishing companies. He speaks to all the different composers that work with us. That's what he does. And Mark is in charge of the promotion. He makes sure that all the records go to all the radio stations, and wherever he makes sure that the Tejano records hit the Tejano stations, Norteño records hits the Norteño stations. So that's what Mark does. He's on promotion, and then we have, like I said, Carlos Cárdenas, who he wrote three of the biggest songs in this market. He wrote Qué Casualidad, he wrote Piquito de Oro, and he wrote Rinconcito en el Cielo, recorded by Ramón Ayala, by Joe Bravo, and Carlos Miranda. And so, we have a complete team here with us, all the way from musicians to engineers to producers we have the complete package here.
Going back to your son, so none of them wanted to take your footsteps and get into the music?
Well, they all started out, but and I'm glad that they didn't continue to go on the road, because it's hard. It's hard to be on the road when you are struggling, don't have any jobs. Well, you wish you would have the jobs to be able to support yourself and your family. And then when you get the jobs, when you get there, it's just too much being on the road. I retired from the road at the age of 35. I was 30.
You're coming back.
I was 35 when I said, I can't handle this no more. I can't be on the road, 5-6 nights a week.
Yeah.
So I said, that's it. And after I stopped, the band continued for several years with Sandy and with Joe Bravo and different singers singing with him. And when the promoter used to call me, he says, the band is going to be here next Saturday. Why don't you come with him? I said, I don't think so. But they would fly me to, say, Chicago or somewhere in California or Los Angeles, and so I could perform just that one day, Saturday, and come on back home. So I did that for a little while, and just maybe a couple of Saturdays a month. And then in 1998, I organized the Legends, which is Agustin Ramirez, Sonny Osuna, and Carlos Guzman. And then later on, I brought in Joe Bravo and Carlos Miranda, who passed away just a few months back. And that first tour that we did, we covered all the United States, and we did a lot of places. It was a very successful tour that we did. I mean, people came out from everywhere to see us perform again. And we did that tour, very successful. And then we did a second tour, and then we did a third tour. And then the guys are working by themselves here and there. this coming weekend, we're going to be playing in the Valley. Agustin Ramirez, myself, and Carlos Guzman is the legends. And a couple of weeks after that, I'm going to be with Sonny and somebody else in San Antonio. So it's not a full tour, but we are doing a couple of jobs here and there.
Tell us a little bit about the Grammys. I hear that you won a couple Grammys.
Well, I've actually won 6 Grammys as an artist with the Legends and as a composer, a couple of Grammys as a composer and as a producer. I won 6 Grammys altogether and been nominated a few other times. The one Grammy that I want and I haven't been able to get yet, I've been nominated twice for it, is the Gospel Grammy for gospel music, and I haven't been able to win that one yet. But hopefully in the future I can win a Gospel Grammy, which is the one that I need.
Speaking about gospel music, I see that you have transitioned into promoting and producing gospel music. What brought you into that?
Well, I've had such a beautiful career. I mean, after, like I said, the few struggling years that I had, and after that, well, I've done very well with my career, and I'm very pleased with what's been happening in my life. With my family, who was always supported me, and then with the company and everything. So I had to find a way to thank God for what He's done for me. Mm-hmm. And so I started recording and composing and recording gospel music, but not only myself, but I've spoken to my friends, Sonny, Carlos, Agustin, Laura Canales when she was here, Freddie Fender when he was here, and just a lot of other artists, Jimmy Gonzalez, and they're all. I said, look, we need to do something to thank God for our careers. Let's do some gospel. So I've written a lot of gospel music for them too, and all these guys that I've mentioned and the girls have done gospel music in the past. So I myself have done like about 15 gospel CDs, and then with the Legends we've done some, and just with different artists. But that's why I decided to go and do gospel music, and I sing at a lot of churches. This will be my 11th year at Most Precious Blood Church. Wow. That we have what we call the Spirit of Hope concert, and it's myself with Sonny Osuna, Carlos Guzman, Jimmy Gonzalez, and Jesse Turner, and a full band behind us with singers and everything. And we do. It's all about celebrating the birth of Jesus, and I would say that 90% of the songs that we do. We've composed ourselves, myself and Sonny. So that's a beautiful thing. And this year is happening December the 2nd. And we've had, every year the church is completely full.
What church is this located at?
It's located on Saratoga. It's Most Precious Blood Church. And this will be our 11th year. Okay. It's a beautiful thing that I invite everyone to come. And it's completely free for all the people in the area. We get people coming in from out of town also for that. Because it is a beautiful concert that Sonny and Carlos and Jimmy and Jesse and myself do, and it's all recorded music that we have the CD also for that, and so I invite everybody to come and see us this year.
Just going back again to the beginning, why did you choose Corpus Christi, Texas, to build your business and your dream and your passion here in Corpus?
Well, I was born here in Corpus. Okay. My whole family, my grandfathers, my grandmothers, my mom and my dad were all here in Corpus, and I went to school here throughout when I went to elementary, middle school, and high school. Graduated from Roy Miller High School in 1961, and so when I started the business, and I love Corpus, I really do love Corpus, and I wouldn't want to live any place else but here. And the people here have supported me. All of Corpus Christi has supported me very well. So I didn't see any reason why I go someplace else when you have a chance to live your life where you love it and things are going good for you. So why move? We have an office right now in Los Angeles. It's a promotional office. Mark goes and visits that office several times a year. We had an office in San Antonio for many, many years. It was also a promotional office. We had some sales office there too. But the main plant, the main office, the main everything is here in Corpus Christi. We have the recording studios, several studios here in Corpus. We have the warehousing. We have the sales office. We have the promotional office. Everything is out of Corpus Christi, and the reason for that is because I love Corpus.
because you're a family guy.
Yes.
And your family is important to you.
That's correct. My whole
That's part
family
of
is
the
here.
Latina culture.
Yes, my whole family is here in Corpus.
So we're going to go back and talk about your CD. You have a new CD. It's coming out November the 19th. It's a new CD. You can go to your local convenience store, Walmart, Target, and buy the CD. And we're going to watch you do some recording right now in your studio and listen to some of your music.
All right, sure.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Mr. Martinez, and it's an honor and a pleasure meeting you. You are a legend, and
Thank
I'm
you very
honored
much.
to be here.
Thank you very much.
Te traigo estas flores que corté por la mañana en pruebas de amor de este corazón que te ama. Con ellas te mando amor y ternura, y que Dios te guarde, hermosa criatura, que eres toda mi ilusión. Te traigo estas flores porque no encontré palabras, palabras de amor, que no sé cómo explicarlas, y cuando te acercas me lleno de miedo, me da mucha pena. ¿Será que no puedo decir lo que siento yo? Son un humilde tributo a tu belleza encantadora, son pa' que adornes tu frente y tu sonrisa soñadora. Recibe con ellas de mi alma un suspiro, y ya me retiro pa' seguir soñando que es mío tu corazón. Ay, te traigo estas flores porque no encontré palabras, palabras de amor, que no sé cómo explicarlas, y cuando te acercas me lleno de miedo, me da mucha pena. ¿Será que no puedo decir lo que siento yo? Son un humilde tributo a tu belleza encantadora, son pa' que adornes tu frente y tu sonrisa soñadora. Recibe con ellas de mi alma un suspiro, y ya me retiro pa' seguir soñando que es mío tu corazón.
Right here. I'm here right now with Joe Verdes, and he's going to let us know about his position here at Freddie Records and give us some more information about what he does here.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. And what I do here is I work with Mr. Freddie Martinez personally as an arranger. And we write songs together and produce arrangements for the songs para los diferentes artistas aquí de Freddie Records. And we do that just about every day. We're doing it I've been here 12 years. 12 wonderful years with Familia Martinez, and we've created a lot of beautiful songs for our artists, and we write for other artists also within the company, and that's basically, and I'm a songwriter also, so I've got a lot of songs that have been recorded here at Freddie Records under my name.
Well, how did you meet Freddie Martinez? Where did your relationship begin?
Well, I knew about Freddie Martinez for many, many years because I started music at the age of 8 years old. And my first recording, I was 12 years old when I recorded with one of his artists. And I worked and toured with all his artists until here, like I said, about 12 years ago, I was invited to come do a production for Sonny Osuna here with Mr. Martinez. And 12 years later, I'm still here. And it's wonderful. That's how I met Mr. Martinez personally, because in his group and his success, I think he only recorded a few songs with keyboards or pianos, and So when I met him, we worked really great together, and I've learned so much from him. And he just called me back, and I ended up staying here, and I've been here ever since. And it's been wonderful working with Mr. Martinez. A lot of experience. I've learned a lot as a songwriter, and have really matured in the business, in arranging music, and all the wonderful things that he does. He's just a great person to work with. Sometimes I forget he's my boss because he's such a good friend, has such a great heart. We do a lot of beautiful gospel music. Well, I think we touch just about every genre of music. We've done salsa in gospel. We've done it in mariachi. And of course, back to our Tejano and oldies. I mean, we've done it all.
So Freddie Records doesn't just deal with Tejano only. If you want to record, you can come here and record all types of music.
We do just about everything. But the only thing we haven't done here is opera. That's about it. Other than that, we've touched every genre of music. So it's been really wonderful being here, and it continues to be.
You're working on a CD with Mr. Martinez. Tell us about that CD.
We were working, like I said, we do this every week. Yesterday he wrote a brand new song, and we just arranged it today, and he sang it earlier. But I'm also very excited because today we received his latest CD, which is called The Backbone of Tejano, and it includes one of my songs, but most of the songs he wrote, but we arranged together, so it's just a blast working with this man. And today we got the CD, so we were real happy, and then you all showed up, so that we're even more so excited, and we're just great. I've also recorded a couple of CDs here too that he's helped me produce and write. Actually 3, one of them which is even another genre of music, which is salsa and Latin jazz. So again, we do just about everything here, and every day, thank you Jesus, it's a productive day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe, for speaking with us. And as you can see, even the employees feel like they're a family in this location. So this is a very nice experience.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting.
We're back here with Mark Martinez. He's the youngest son of Mr. Martinez from Freddie Records, and we're going to get a little bit about his job position and a little bit more personal about his life being part of this great organization and his father.
Well, as you all know, Mark Martinez, my name is Mark. I'm the youngest one of the Martinez, el más joven, me dicen el más pollito. I'm 30 years old. I've been doing this 12 years, 12 años. I'm the Vice President and National Director of Promotions. It's a lot of work, you know, mucha responsabilidad. It's always been a lot of work because, you know, you have to be on top of the work, you know, day in and day out, you know, staying in touch with all the radio stations and la música de los artistas, estar seguro de que la música le está llegando en las manos de cada programador. Y no nada más aquí en Corpus, porque yo me he enfocado en muchos mercados, no nada más aquí en Texas, porque yo digo, pues, yo no quiero que Freddie Records nada más vaya a estar aquí en Texas, ¿verdad? Yo estoy pensando en California, en Nebraska, en Oklahoma, en Florida, en Georgia, you know. That's when I think that when you're really on top of your game is when you can be in touch with all the communities, you know. I'm not taking anything away here from Corpus because Corpus es la casa, como dijo mi papá ahora temprano. But, you know, that's when you're really, I think when you're running a good, solid business is when you're in touch with everybody overall, you know. And it's like I said, we always have, you know, cada mes, you know, tenemos un lanzamiento nuevo, sea algo nuevo de Ellie, de Reina y Avante, sea Sólido, sea Jimmy González, Grupo Más, you know, and they're all Latin Grammy Award winners, ganadores del premio Grammy, you know. Estamos bendecidos de tener el elenco de artistas que tenemos, y también durante los 44 años que hemos estado en negocio, es algo muy, muy especial, muy bonito. A mí yo no puedo pedir más cosas de trabajar más que trabajar aquí con mi familia, con mis hermanos, con mi papá. You know, mi mamá no está muy involucrada en el negocio ya, pero pues ella siempre está ahí, pues también apoyándonos y dándonos consejos. Y, pues,
if you can say one important quality that your father installed in you, and when it comes to business, as he's a hard worker and growing this company, what would that quality be?
Que sea un hombre de mi palabra. Be a man of your word. You know, if you say you're going to do something, you do it. You know, nunca hay que darle mal a la gente, porque eso habla mucho de ti, ¿me entiendes? También tu vestuario, como uno se está vistiendo, ¿me entiendes? Por decir, en una posición como nosotros, en el caso mío, por decir, no es bueno que vengo aquí vestido, por decir, en pantalones cortos, blue jeans, you know. It's always nice to be dressed in slacks and in the casual, nice shirt. Esas dos cosas son las cosas que yo pienso, aparte de ser un buen hombre, ¿me entiendes? Pero cuando se habla de negocio, más como mi vestuario y luego también pues de ser un hombre de mi palabra, you know, cumplirle a todos, cuando me comprometo con alguien, siempre tratar de cumplir. Eso quiere decir de llegar a tiempo o de enviar, you know, cuando digo que voy a hacer algo, que les voy a enviar algo o que cualquier cosita, no nada más en negocio, pero en la vida en general, ¿verdad? You know, cuando estamos hablando con amigos o algo con proyectos en la iglesia, de lo que sea, siempre, esos son los dos puntos que yo siempre me recuerdo y siempre pues me los voy a llevar siempre conmigo aquí en mi corazón, que él me ha enseñado.
Y una pregunta más personal. La más grande recuerdo que tú tienes con usted y tu papá.
Pues fíjate, ahorita se me vino a la mente tres, pero no sé, ahorita la que está en mi mente más fue en el año 2002, ahí en los Latin Grammys en Los Ángeles. Era para la canción del año, mejor canción regional mexicana del año. Él estaba compitiendo contra artistas grandes como Vicente Fernández, Joan Sebastián, Juan Gabriel. Y pues era una categoría que él no esperaba que iba a ganar. Pues él nada más estaba muy, muy orgulloso y contento. Pues, ¿sabes qué? Pues qué bueno que llegué a estar nominado. Y cuando dijeron, ¿sabes qué? Y el ganador del premio Latin Grammy para la mejor canción regional mexicano del año, Freddie Martinez, con Del Otro Lado del Portón, con Ramón Ayala y sus Bravos del Norte, nada más me dio mucha alegría porque dije, pues, hablando, mi papá le ganó a un artista, como Joan Sebastián, que sale en las telenovelas, que siempre está en El Gordo y la Flaca, que le ganó a Juan Gabriel, que le ganó a Vicente Fernández, y pues muchas veces, pues a ellos, pues porque los miras en la televisión todos los días, les quieren dar mucho crédito a ellos, pero por decir, muchas veces, pues digo yo, pues me siento orgulloso de poder decir, sabes que mi papá, mi propio papá aquí, Corpus Christi, Texas, a la música tejana, le ganamos a unos artistas con mucho talento. Fue algo de que me llenó mucho de alegría. Y también en el 2007, cuando hizo lo mismo con una canción del grupo Más, ¿me entiendes? Con la canción A las Escondidas. Se ha ganado ese premio 2 veces y esas 2 veces me dieron mucha alegría porque yo no esperaba, nadie lo esperaba, ¿verdad? Pero yo siempre estaba con ese pensamiento, pues, ay, Dios nos ayuda que puede ganar eso, ¿verdad? Y eso sí es algo, siempre me voy a recordar de eso. Y también pues el día de que inauguramos el edificio y cuando él estaba hablando de qué tanto sentimiento él tenía para todo lo que él ha hecho en este negocio y también pues para lo que él hizo para lograr lo que tiene en este edificio, estos estudios. Pero primero pues todo, nunca se olvidó de Dios, que eso es lo primero, que por él, si no fuera por Dios, pues no hubiéramos tenido nada. Y pues eso es algo siempre que una cosa que mi papá siempre me ha también enseñado, que Dios primero y todo lo demás es, como se dice, la vida sigue. Life goes on.
I thank you for talking to us, Mark. And as you can see, just talking to the youngest son, that these children that he has raised are quality children because he's a quality man and something to admire. And we look forward to looking at the rest of the studio.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. Es un placer y siempre están aquí. Bienvenidos cuando aquí tienen su casa cuando gusten venir.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Hello, we're here with Lucky Joe. We're going to talk a little bit about his CD. And here he's not a spring chicken. He's been doing this for a while. So we're going to learn a little bit about how he started in Tejano music.
Well, I got about, I'd say, 17 years in the music business. Started off with Alma Pulido, Pai Pulido's sister. And I went off with, after that, I went off with Jennifer Peña and the Jets. And then after that, toured with Frijoles Románticos for about 10 years and decided to go solo after a while. And I've been very fortunate and very blessed to be signed with such a great record label, which is Freddie Records.
So you've been with Freddie Records for about a year and a half?
About a year and a half.
And your CD release came out October 15th?
October 15th, the album dropped, and I had a CD release party, I think like maybe 4 days later in Corpus, and that went very well also.
So how hard was it to make that decision to go solo, and what influenced you throughout the years?
Well, I mean, it's always been a dream of mine to try a solo project. And basically, I decided that I wanted to try it because I didn't want to go through life and say, what if, have the what if. And I was very fortunate to get to know a lot of different musicians, a lot of established artists, like Ellie Reina, Jesse Turner. And as a matter of fact, Lalo Reina helped me get, well, I wouldn't say helped me get signed, but played a major part in me getting signed with Freddie Records. I recorded a demo. He helped me on the demo. I told him, you know what, pitch it to Freddie, So Lalo pitched it to Freddie. And about 2 or 3 weeks later, I got signed, and I'm very fortunate.
So you have this new CD that came out, and it was released on October 15th. Are you working on anything new right now?
Well, right now we're just trying to promote the album. It's getting a lot of airplay all across Texas and out of state as well, and basically just trying to tour Texas, promote the album. As a matter of fact, the video just came out today. Can I say today? The video just came out today.
On YouTube?
It's for the first release of the album. It's called Amor Escondido. You can find it on Freddie Records Facebook and on YouTube.
Okay. What are your aspirations for the future in your music? What do you see yourself in the future?
Well, hopefully to record a lot of records and get a lot of work. I mean, when you're a musician, that's basically what your goal is, to get work. As far as the fame, well, if that comes, well, I'll take it, right? But my main point is, or my main focus is to get work. Record records, record music that the people like, and just trabajar, work. And
who would you like to thank that was part of your decision to be in this field and become a solo artist?
Well, first off, well, God for giving me the talent, and second of all, well, all the musicians I've encountered throughout my life, throughout my career, I've taken something from each and every one of them. But especially I'd like to thank the people who helped me get here. My manager, Juan de la Cruz, Yvette Gonzalez, and a big part of me getting signed was, the influence that Ellie Reina, Lalo Reina had, and also Jesse Turner. I'd like to thank them as well. I'd like to thank Freddie Records also for giving me the opportunity to, come out with my debut album, for getting signed. It's a big family, and Mark, Freddie Sr., I'd like to thank them as well. And, I'm very glad to be a part of their company.
Well, thank you, Lucky Joe, for speaking with us. And his CD, Lucky Joe Suerte, you can find online at Freddie Records online store.com. And we're going to go ahead and listen to some of the music so we can get familiar with you.
Hit it!
Si el amarte es un pecado, pecaré toda la vida. Si el besarte es un delito, prisionero yo sería. Son tus labios contagiosos, esa boca tan divina, ya me tiene vuelto loco. Soy una causa perdida, nunca podrás olvidarme. Soy tu juego en el amor, una fuerza de lujuria en tus noches de pasión. Soy tu amor escondido, un silencio que quema, un secreto callado que te atrapa y te condena. Soy tu amor escondido, tu juguete de gala. Llegué tarde a tu vida, pero así soy feliz. Soy tu amor escondido.
Ellie, and I'm here with Elena Reina's husband, Lalo Reina. She is a Tejano Music Award winner and Latin Music Award winner, and I wanted to learn a little bit about you. You're the producer, husband, and biggest fan.
Right, exactly.
So tell me about this exciting career of your wife. And
actually she's celebrating 20 years this year, and we've actually been with Freddie Records for 6 years now, and we've had countless awards. I think 14 or 15 in the past 6 years, just Tejano awards. And I think 2010 was when we won the Latin Grammy out in Vegas. So, I mean, it's been great. I've actually known the family since I was 8, 9 years old. I used to run around the studio with one of the younger brothers. I don't want to mention any names, but yeah, I mean, there was an older building they had on the north side, and all the older chamacos and Ramon Ayala and Sombra, all those great records were recorded in that old building. And one of my biggest influences back then was a band called Fandango USA. So whenever they would come and record, I would go hang out. And so I've known the family for years. I mean, I'm talking 20 years, 25 years I've known the family. So this is not far for me to be with the Freddie family, because, like I said, I've known them all my life. So
you, besides your wife being a Tejano singer, winning many awards, you've been part of the Tejano field for a long time too, and you produce music and have other artists as well. What is it? Who are you working with right now?
Well, we just finished Lucky Joe's first solo project, and very happy to have brought him aboard. When I brought the Lucky demo into Freddie Jr., a big part of that was Jesse Turner. He heard the song, came in with Freddie Jr. and said, "Hey man, I really believe in this guy." And so I think when Freddie Jr. saw that, I was behind Lucky Joe and Jesse Turner was behind Lucky Joe, he knew he would have backing, and we did. I mean, for the 6 months that we worked on the record, we're a big support system for him. And now actually Signal has Lucky on the road now, and so that right now that's what we're doing as far as projects, is promoting his single and his new video, on top of what I do for Ellie and of course the band. And so we stay busy with what we do here.
Since you've been here for a while, and Lucky Joe's kind of new, what is the support system here at Freddie Records? How do they support you? How do they promote you? How do you get your record out there? How do you feel working in this family?
Well, I think the best thing, and this is not the first time I say this, but there's such an open door policy with the guys, with the brothers, Mark and John and Freddie. I mean, if I have any issue, if I have a question, they're a phone call away. Hey, can I do this, or can we do this? What do you think? And he's very open about everything. So when we come in here and produce records, he says, hey, do what you're gonna do. I mean, I'm not going to go in there and tell you how to do your job, unless we do something that's not what we're supposed to do. And then he'll say, hey, no, well, come this way a little bit. But for the most part, I mean, he lets us do what we're supposed to do, as far as what I do for Ellie, or what I do for Lucky, or what Jesse Turner does for Signal, or whatever. He lets us be us. And that's the best thing when you're making a record. If you have somebody that's over your shoulder and clouding over you, it's just hard to work. I think that's the best. You want to be
creative, and be able to express yourself in your own way, and they allow you to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Lalo, thank you for speaking with us, and we're going to have a little bit of your music on our show, so thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
You can find Ellie Reina's CD at Freddie Records online store, and of course at your local stores, Walmarts, Targets, everywhere.
Una vez más, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros esta tarde. Quiero dar las gracias al señor David, a Sophie, a Ellie, una vez más por estar aquí con nosotros, y los quiero invitar que siguen en sintonía de el programa de Humberto Lozano López y sus amigos. También que sigan apoyando la música tejana y de conjunto siempre. Dios los bendiga, que pasen feliz semana.